Hi, I'm Evelyn Hutchison Hulse. I would like you to know a little bit about my life. LaVon Hulse and I were married November 15, 1922. We had 3 little boys, Boyd, Jay and Florin, when we moved to Diamondville, Wyoming, where Clarence was born on the 11th of September 1930. 2 years later, in September 1932, my 15-year-old brother, Andy, died. This was the first death in our family and I felt so bad. Andy had been frail and sickly since he was about 4 years old. He was such a patient kid with so much ambition and we had all loved him so much. Shortly after his death, I had a dream. I felt Andy's presence as he stood beside my bed. He showed me an image of our house. It was cold and the hill across the road had a skirt of snow on it. I saw myself coming out of the house between my dad and Vaughn's brother Kenneth. I asked where Vaughn was, and Andy said, "When the snow is on the mountain like this, I will come for Vaughn." I woke up sobbing. One evening a couple of months later Vaughn mentioned how tired he was, and a while later he slumped over with chest pain. I prayed hard and the pain eased. The next morning as Vaughn left for work, he came back into the house 3 times to say goodbye and kiss all of us. That afternoon they came to tell me Vaughn had been killed. He was trying to get a large tractor back onto the bed of the truck that was transporting it. The tractor lost traction and rolled over, crushing him. They took him to the hospital where he died of internal injuries. I was devastated. It was such a terrible accident. It was November 7, 1932. We had been married just 8 days short of 10 years. Vaughn was a tease and a cut-up in small gatherings, and was the life of the party. He loved to get together with my family and all of them thought of him as really a brother. Dad said he lost a very special son when Vaughn died. Vaughn was very loving at home and we were very happy. He was always bringing me little gifts, sometimes only a candy bar. He was very proud of his 4 little boys. He played every night with all of them, and took them with him whenever he could. Vaughn's death was a great shock to me and I didn't think I would ever be happy again. That first winter when Vaughn died was miserable. Besides my loneliness and grief, little Clarence got terribly sick. We did all we could for him, but the doctor couldn't find anything wrong. That weekend, Vaughn's bachelor brother Kenneth came to see how we were doing and played with Clarence for a while. The next morning Clarence ate well and seemed fine. He soon got better. Ken's coming to visit was an answer to prayers. Kenneth looked a lot like his brother Vaughn, and it seemed that 2-year-old Clarence had been sick, mourning the loss of his daddy. 2 years later, on August 29, 1934, Kenneth and I were married. We didn't have a formal wedding and no one gave us a party, but it certainly was a blessing for both of us. He was bashful and lonely, and so was I. We have found a great deal of happiness. He has been a wonderful father to his brother's children, as well as to our own.